Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Proudly South Africa is currently hosting its 12th Buy Local Summit and Expo 2024. This two-day event is taking place in Sandton in the north of Johannesburg. It includes discussions and exhibitions that are aimed at boosting homegrown brands. For more on this, let's bring in our reporter, Katlego Legodi, who is watching developments for us and joins us now live. And of course, no overstating the importance of an event like this, especially if we are to boost our local economy, Katlego, and create jobs.
Most definitely, a very good morning to you, Ayanda, and to our viewers at home. It's a hive of activity at the Sandton Convention Center this morning. This is going to be the case for the coming 2 days as we see most of those locally produced companies or products just being showcased here in the coming 2 days. This is an event that is organized by Proudly South African. You know that they've always been in the forefront here, Ayanda, of ensuring that at least the products manufactured here in South Africa tend to find meaning locally and beyond South Africa's borders. So we see most of them are just bracing and just more or less making their way into the Sandton Convention Center. Here we're talking about 200 of those exhibitors, over 200, I'm told, of those exhibitors that are here today. We also saw the Minister of Trade and Industry and Competition, Minister Ibrahim Patel, earlier on just cutting the ribbon into just this particular space, just officially opening this particular summit. It's coming through at a time, Ayanda, when the economy has not done well for quite some time. So most of those companies that are here will want to ensure that their products tend to find meaning. They're going to be networking, they're going to be sharing ideas and just looking at how then to transform the locally produced sector to ensure that it creates those well-needed jobs. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to invite into the conversation this morning with us the CEO of Proudly South African, Mr. Eustace Mashimbye, who joins us to just let us in on what we can expect in the coming 2 days. The exhibition hub downstairs is already a hive of activity. We saw the minister just cutting the ribbon, officially opening and welcoming everyone into that particular hub. We've moved now. We are on the 5th floor. This is where formalities are expected to start anytime from now. Just give us a sense of what is to be expected in the coming days. Welcome to the SABC.
Thank you very much. So what is to be expected over the next 2 days is, like you said, we're in the conference room now. We're going to get a keynote address from Minister Patel talking to us about localization from a policy level in terms of what government is doing, the partnerships that are in place with the private sector, and that's why the minister's keynote address will be followed by a showcase of localization pledges and commitments made by the private sector. 17 large corporates giving us commitments in terms of their investments in taking some of their procurement spend and directing it to procurement that will benefit those who make products locally, those who render services locally, because some of them have been buying without giving consideration as to where the product comes from. And so now there's a deliberate import replacement drive to say they are going to now choose locally made products. They've ring-fenced and identified items that they're going to buy locally, and we're going to get that. And then it's followed by a panel discussion with captains of industry, as well as the DG in the GTIC, as well as the president of COSATU, talking to us about that collective accord and compact between all the social partners around driving localization, the commitment that all the social partners have made to help us grow this economy. You mentioned it, that the economy has not been doing well, and so all the social partners have made pacts going back to the local procurement accord in 2011, dating back to when we just got out of COVID with the economic recovery and reconstruction plan, which had localization and local procurement at the heart of it. And so we're casting a spotlight on that. All of that did not stop then. This is just a way in which we are showcasing how each of the social partners, including civil society, is going to contribute to driving localization in the country.
I mean, it's obvious that local is lekker, and most of those products, we've seen them just scattered across just exhibition hub on the 3rd floor. And we know that most of these people would want to leave here with deals, would want to leave here, just ensuring that their products find meaning, not just in South Africa, but outside of the country. What can we expect? Are we expecting deals? Are we expecting to see some of trades and more or less networking in a way that these products will find meaning just for the future?
In fact, that is one of the biggest investments we've made with this this year's edition of the Buy Local Summit and Expo, is that the exhibition hall has become a meeting place. We've set up meetings ahead of time where we are matching the exhibitors with buyers from retail, with buyers from the corporate corporate world who we have engaged ahead of time and said these are the companies that are going to showcase the products. In fact, some of them even told us this is who they would like to see or the kind of products they would like to see. So we have found those, we've given them space downstairs. The meetings are pre-arranged. Hundreds of meetings, and I mean literally hundreds of meetings, have been arranged. So they're going to be deals. The buyers must now come and touch and feel the product outside of the information we gave them ahead of time and engage with the entrepreneurs, because people really buy from people. And so for those with business to business, targeted products, they're going to get that opportunity. With those with business, consumer-facing products, they're going to get an opportunity to sell to ordinary consumers. Like you said, it's a hive of activity with ordinary consumers walking in, already buying products. We have replaced the diamond walk with a local walk. So there's a whole row of local manufacturers, local designers, fashion, high fashion end, made in South Africa, and coming from the clothing industry, the textile, the footwear, the leather industry. And there's something for everyone. The renewables energy conversation is an important one. And so we have people showcasing solar panels, showcasing inverters, made in South Africa, storage, made in South Africa. And so we are using this exhibition as an opportunity to say what market exists, what are South Africans buying, and can we get them on a platform where those who are making those purchasing decisions can find them.
Just before I let you go briefly, Eustace, I mean, we are taking stock as well in terms of where we've been in the previous year. Maybe give us an update in terms of how this particular event has moved just the tide a bit from last year coming into this year. Are we seeing those jobs created? Are we seeing these particular companies finding meaning beyond just a conference setup?
No, definitely. And that's why there's that matchmaking element, because the idea is for us to then show the value of deals that are concluded. Yeah. And obviously what we do, because these are our members who are benefiting from those deals, they will then give us a sense of how many jobs they've created, what the impact of the intervention is going to be for their respective businesses. Even if you are just retaining jobs, that's also critical. Yeah. If you are creating jobs, it's a big plus for us. And all of that will form part of our reporting over the next couple of months, such that when we get here again, when we come back here 12 months from now, we can then reflect on the deals that were made and report on progress that was made from that point.
Sir, thank you very much for your time. Coming through there, the CEO of Proudly South African, Mr. Eustace Mashimbye, just more or less giving us the laying order in terms of how then we can expect this particular event for 2 days that can go. We're looking at localization, and you hear him saying they're also going to be taking stock any moment from now. Ayanda, just where we are, we'll see the minister deliver an opening and a keynote address, just welcoming and officially everybody that is here and will be here for the coming 2 days. We'll take you to the hub later on, where exhibitors are showcasing their products. But for now, it's back to you in studio.
And we look forward to it. Katlego Legodi, live to us there from Sandton. Thanks very much indeed.